The U.S. Supreme Court has struck down President Donald Trump's attempt to end birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants and temporary foreign visitors. In a 6-3 decision, the court found that Trump's executive order violated the Constitution. CBC senior correspondent Sasha Petrusek is in Washington with the details.
Of all of the decisions in this session of the court, this was the one everyone was waiting for because it could have had such a huge impact on so many people in the United States. And it also was the one that Donald Trump had kind of tied his name to the most by issuing an executive order effectively canceling part of the U.S. Constitution. He even went to the oral hearings in person, the first time a president has done that. So he saw this as something that was very important to him. This is seen today, though, as a loss for him, a big loss, because they basically flatly said, no, the Constitution takes precedence over your executive order. The issue is essentially whether or not those born in the United States, anybody born in the United States, automatically becomes a U.S. citizen. According to the Constitution, the way it's been read for 150 years, that is how it applies. There is an amendment in there, the 14th Amendment, that essentially has said that. The two sides of this have argued that, first of all, it would be very disruptive, and secondly, unfair to many people who have been born in the United States, told you have U.S. citizenship, and now have to go back and question that. The other side, the Trump side, the MAGA supporters, they've been very excited about this because it plays into the whole question of illegal migration, immigration into the United States, because Trump and others in the Republican Party have painted this as a way for illegal migrants to basically sneak into the U.S. and stay there.
I do think that this has been grossly abused in recent years, okay? And that is the case that was being made by the plaintiffs in the case, and we're very sympathetic to that because it is a serious problem. We have it's become a tourism, birthing tourism, they call it, a trend where people will just come and you just come onto the soil and have your child, and then they're able to avail themselves of the welfare state and everything else. It's been abused.
That was House Speaker Mike Johnson, and that report from the CBC's Sasha Petrusek in the U.S. Capitol. For a closer look at this decision and the implications, we're joined by Len Saunders. He's a U.S. immigration lawyer, and he joins us from Blaine in Washington State. Len, I want to start by getting your reaction to this decision. Was it surprising to you?
Well, not really, because as an immigrant myself who's had kids here, I couldn't imagine the Supreme Court saying that anyone born in this country is not an American citizen. But I beg to differ with some of the comments, especially from Speaker Mike Johnson, saying that this will stop the birth tourism and the illegals. I'm a great example. I'm a Canadian citizen, had a kid down here when I had my student visa going to law school. So would that child now not be considered an American citizen? So it's really far-reaching what that executive order had proposed. And I'm glad that the Supreme Court issued this decision.
What message is the court sending today to Trump and his administration, do you think?
Well, I think it's definitely, a chilling effect on some of these draconian immigration